Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is episode 183 of Genius Take the Wheel. I'm going to try a couple of maneuvers to get out of this tight-ass parking spot. This person behind me is very thirsty to get this parking spot. I'm happy for them. Okay. All right, so we're on the road. About to do my best to hit I'm going to take this turn here because I do not believe that there is Mrs. Evil. Hello. All right. I'm going to attempt to take a turn here and hope that there is an actual traffic light. Yes. All right. I'm not screwed. Very nice. All right. Almost got screwed though. All right. So, you see what I look like right now. First of all, if you are part of the replay gang, I salute you. Thank you so much for supporting what I'm trying to accomplish here on this channel. Though I really want to see if there are some games that I have interest in that I could start streaming on this channel again. Staying by, trying to straight drive. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm going the U-turn route today because of the block that I had to park on was different than usual. So look for me the opposite direction. I used to, like I really don't like getting rained on or anything like that. I mean, that's still like the case. But man, I really do feel like I'm starting to become, an old man. Like I don't whine or cry inside my chest because, I'm getting rained on. That for whatever reason, at least it didn't bother me this morning. And, I can't find a video game that I actually want to play and share with my viewers. I'm becoming an old fuddy-duddy, and that's no good. Anyway, today's training. First of all, it wasn't raining before I, went to the gym, but it didn't really matter because I was driving anyway. But I did have to walk several blocks in the rain to get back to the car. It just didn't bother me that much. But the actual training portion of it went so much better than I was expecting. But even though I kind of felt like my success was kind of getting me high, so to speak, I really wanted to kind of temper things where I did not overload my system, particularly overload the connective tissue for my quad. Oh, okay, you're not gonna go? All right, cool. I'm not gonna give you 18 chances to enter traffic. I'm gonna give you one. Is that hollow? Hollow point? Is that the hollow I think it is? My foreign contractor buddy Holy crap, man. Wow. Yeah. Yo, I banned myself from Twitter. That place is garbage now. Wow. Oh, you're in Saudi now. Nice. Now I want to know which version of the M3 are you driving? Dude, man. It's been a while, man. Damn. It is so good to see you, man. Damn. I told you nothing could kill my mood today. And it was crazy because I'm thinking about closing out my Twitter account. And I was just like, damn, what happened to Hollow? Now I know what happened to Hollow. Come on, today, guy, today. All right. So, yeah, it is really good to see you again, man. But, yeah, like, I really do want to find a game that I can play, that I can stream for you guys on this channel. But there's really not, I have not touched either of my current gen consoles in over a year. And that makes me feel like I've aged 50 years. So I aim to change that. But there's got to be a game that's worth spending $40 or $50 on. Maybe I might go back to playing, what was that game? Horizon. Maybe I'll go back to playing Horizon. Oh, wow. Wow. I didn't know that you were watching. Actually say hi, man. It's a real, you know, I've been having a problem where nobody comments and very few people watch these days. So my motivation to do these streams, I'm not going to lie, is kind of waning. But seeing people that I care about show up in the stream is very helpful. You know, like, you don't have to stick around the stream. Just come by and say hi. You know what I mean? But anyway, so today's training. Let me get to the autopsy on today's training. As you guys know, I've been struggling with my left quad tendinosis, but these days it has not really felt like a struggle. On Sunday, I had to do a quick rush stream, but on Sunday, I was able to get 25 reps at 185 on the squat with no discomfort in the bottom of my quad. And then I deadlifted 335. That was great for 9 reps total. And then later on, like, I smashed the chest press. That was a great Sunday. Yesterday I had a decent back workout, horizontal pull. That worked out very nicely, felt really good. I can feel the bottom of my lat, which is something you always want. You always want to be able to feel the bottom of your lat, not just the top up here that you can see, but, you know, all the way down towards where it kind of crosses over your erector spinae. But today's training, I was afraid of going above 405 on the leg press because my leg really hurt when I went, you know, when I went to, what was it, 545? So going to 455 today, I was a little afraid of, but I warmed up. I felt a weird jolt in the bottom of my quad on the top of my kneecap when I warmed up at 225, which kind of gave me a little bit of anxiety, but just a hair. And I just kind of focused on squeezing that left quad as hard as I could. And I went from 315 on the warm-up. Instead of doing a warm-up at 405, I went straight to 455. And it worked out really, really nicely. I did only 3 sets of 5. You know, my instinct was, oh, let me just do the other 2 sets. Oh my God. And I was like, no, I need to be easy. I need to be easy. I can't just like be reckless. So I kept it to just 3 sets of 5 on the leg press. But to be able to work at 455 and to feel like I could have done 495, or I could have done 10 more total repetitions, That was a very, very good feeling for me psychologically. I mean, obviously, when you're not having pain, not having pain feels good physically, right? It reminds me of Denzel and Man on Fire. The late model Audi driving the rich white people to where they gotta go.
I was just confused why they had the children get on the left-hand side. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's not being a good bodyguard, but at least if the kid got, kidnapped, he would trade his life for theirs.
True.
That was one of the saddest movie endings ever, yo. Man on Fire.
Yeah.
Oh. And didn't we just have like a fucking 25-minute long discussion about the viability of movies with Denzel Washington in it?
Yeah.
That remind me of that.
Yeah.
So I felt really good today. I felt like I could have done 495 if I had to. But the thing is, I have to be very careful to make sure that I don't overload my connective tissue, because as I've been trying to tell you guys, and a lot of professional bodybuilders and exercise scientists will tell you, the muscle or your tendons do. So if you're really pushing hard and you're not allowing enough time for the entire muscle system to recover, you may start having problems at your joints. And it might not even be the joints. It'll be the connective tissue that anchors the muscle to the bone. And I'm telling you, that's not what you want.
Hollow says, you hear he's making 2 more equalizers?
I heard that too, that that was on the table, but I also heard him say that he is looking to retire in the next 3 years. They're going to give him a role in Black Panther 3, but as long as they're going with this female Black Panther thing, I'm not watching. We're not doing race washing, and we're not doing gender swapping. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You will not get my support. I don't care how much I want to see the film. I do not care. There has never been a Black Panther since they introduced the character in the 1960s. There has never been a female Black Panther. And rather than recast another black man in the role to give a black man an opportunity to show his acting range and get famous and get the money that's associated with a Marvel character, instead of just recasting the guy, let's gender swap it so that we can continue to wokeize our movies and piss people off. So as long as and the thing is, Shuri is a really good character, but she's not Black Panther. Period. Point blank. Stop it. Stop it with the gender swapping. Stop changing everybody's goddamn races. Stop changing their sexualities. That's not what we want to see. So, he's supposed to, I'm not even, nope, y'all guys want to do funny stuff?
Yeah, that guy definitely can't squeeze through.
Yeah, I'm not, nope, we're not doing that today. You're not going to make me late for work.
Hollow says Chadwick was the guy.
He was the guy, and the thing is, a lot of people don't know this, but the dude was training multiple times a day, keep it to a strict diet to put on muscle, as the cancer was basically stealing the resources to do what it wanted to do. The cancer wants to kill you, right? You can make the case that viruses don't want to kill you. In most cases, Ebola wants to kill you. Ebola definitely wants to kill you. But like COVID doesn't want to kill you. It wanted to adapt to the human genome so that it can give you a respiratory infection that can cause you to sneeze and cough out the virus so that other people can get it, so it can replicate itself, right? Some viruses require your death for their
Transmission.
For their life cycle.
Hollow says yes, which makes him even more of a legend.
Yeah, this dude was training to get a better physique to entertain people as he was dying. That shit blows my mind. Chadwick Boseman is going to be one of the most underrated legends in this country's history. You know, if you look at his story, what he survived, you know, growing up in the whole bit, and you know the great acting, and basically he wanted to work until they put him in the ground. That is just wild to me. But anyway, you know, Denzel Washington is supposed to get a role in Black Panther 3, but I will only watch if they quit this gender swapping, pro-feminist agenda BS when I just want to see a good Marvel movie. I'm so serious about that. I'm so serious. But anyway, I felt really good about the leg press today. I mean, it just really put me in a really good mood. I went slightly heavier on the single leg prone hamstring curl, leg curl exercise. I did a set of 10 bilaterally at 130, and then I only dropped to 80 for the single leg. And I think I did 3 sets of 5 because I was moving up in weight. And today I didn't really have like a whole lot of time, so I kind of warmed myself up, and then I did 5 sets of 5 on the leg extension at 175, and I didn't feel anything funny in the quad or the knee. Huge deal for me today, because yesterday I felt terrible. I came home from the gym, I did a couple of sessions, and my energy was just completely gone. So I mean, when you got home, I was dead. You know.
Good.
And that's usually, but nah, it wasn't the good kind. It wasn't the good kind. But I woke up feeling pretty good. I woke up, I think, like 7 minutes before my alarm went off, which I think is pretty significant. Wow. That was a waste of time there. So yeah, it felt really good. Today, I'm also supposed to do shoulders. And I was going through a little bit of an uncomfortable, inflammatory-like feeling in my right shoulder. But then when I had that really good back day yesterday before, you know, I fell off the energy cliff, my shoulder started to feel a lot better. So I'm going to hit the heavy shoulders today, see how that works. I'm probably not going to go to the gym that I really want to go to. I'm probably just going to go to the apartment gym and do my setup and do that, because I don't think that I want to walk 1.5 miles in the rain. I'm just not going to do that. Gottfried is here. What up, buddy? What did Hollow have to say?
Oh, Hollow said, I think the new one coming out will be decent, something the Conqueror.
Yeah, let's see. I also heard some red pill style YouTubers talk about Jonathan Majors, since we were kind of talking about, you know, actors in Marvel. I think that some of these guys in the red pill communities are a little bit delusional in a very innocent way. I'll explain. So Jonathan Majors was railroaded in my city of New York, where they were successfully able to manipulate and gaslight a jury into believing that a man running away from a woman constitutes harassment and abuse. They showed like a whole bunch of tape of her chasing him down the streets, but he's the one stalking, harassing, and abusing, right? Make that make sense. But then, you know, the other chick, what did she do? She sued him in civil court for assault and defamation. And it was announced a couple of days ago that she dropped the assault and defamation suit. And now all of these guys are like, well, now all of these guys are like, oh, well, it's time to it's time to get him back as King the Conqueror. No, that's not going to happen. And I think that a lot of these guys, you know, they engage in rage porn. We already but Robert Downey Jr. got a second chance. Number one, Robert Downey Jr. is a white man. He's not a black man. And what is more, Robert Downey Jr. got in trouble, you know, with garden variety drugs. I think he had, DUI and that kind of deal. He was not a black man accused of assaulting a white woman. Like, Jonathan Majors might get some roles with, like, what's that weird guy that likes to cross-dress all the time? That makes the really shitty movies.
Oh, the Medina guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
The Medea guy.
Oh, Medea guy.
Yeah, that guy,
That guy.
right?
Uh-huh.
He might be able to get into some movies with that guy, but beyond that, forget about it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for your mainstream career, Jonathan Majors, and I think he knows that. A lot of people think that his relationship and now engagement to Megan Good looks very contrived, and I believe it looks very fake. That relationship does look fake to me. Now, I can't tell you that it's fake because I don't know them. I don't know them personally. I don't know their situation. But it does look very rehearsed between an actor and an actress, them putting together all of this, stuff about, their undying love and all of that. It does not look like, your run-of-the-mill, legitimate emotional connection. It definitely looks like they're doing it for the gram. But Jonathan Majors can be, the woman can come out right and say, oh, my finger was not injured by him. She can come out and say, yeah, I was chasing him down the street, as the security footage shows on multiple blocks. Yes, my hand was not injured while I was with him. I injured my hand away from him. Yes, I, forced my way into his apartment and was found asleep on the floor, and he called the cops so that nobody would think that he did something to me, because he didn't actually do anything to me, right? All of that stuff, she can come right out and say, I lied. His career is still over. His mainstream career is still over. I don't understand why these red pill guys are like, yeah, so he needs to be, recast as Kang the Conqueror, and they need to bring him back to the MCU. Nah, son, not gonna happen. It's over. Deal with it. And I'm unhappy that, I sit here and I take this position, because you would think that, if a guy has been vindicated in some way, and her dropping the lawsuit, because, and the thing is, one of the reasons why I'm inclined to believe Jonathan Majors did not assault her is because the burden of proof in the United States of America in civil court is much less rigorous. She sounds here. Much less rigorous than our criminal statutes. So our criminal statute requires, in civil court, they have several different factors, including the preponderance of the evidence, meaning that, if somebody thinks that you're guilty, 50.0003% guilty, they can find you liable for all or part of the amount that is being sought in the lawsuit. So the burden of proof is really not that high for Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriend, and she still pulled the lawsuit. Like, there was no benefit to her to pull from lawsuit. She could have only gained, because, again, black man, white woman, the likelihood that she's going to win the lawsuit is pretty good. But the thing is that her lawyers or somebody must have told her, yo, you look like a fucking idiot. You better retract this lawsuit because you look like an idiot. you know, a lot of times you can find that people are lying in their lawsuits, like the chick that just won a BS lawsuit against Conor McGregor, and it's so painfully obvious that she's lying about the essay. It's so painfully obvious. And before you guys, you know, call me a bunch of names and, you know, I massage knees and all this other crap, I cannot stand Conor McGregor. I actively root against him, and I do believe that he is capable of SA. I want everybody to know that. I believe Conor McGregor is capable of SA. But now we'll never actually see him convicted ever, because now we have two women who have blatantly lied. Blatantly. So the next woman to claim that he assaulted her is not going to be believed.
Hollow had said, talking about the other guy, his name is tarnished, even though everything is dropped.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And remember the nature of the crime. You know, if Jonathan Majors would have gone out and murdered 7 men, he would have a better shot of rejoining the MCU than some specious allegations that we all know to be false of physical assault and harassment. You feel me? Like, we all know that it's BS, but it doesn't matter, because remember, you know, this is the same company that wants to gender swap all your favorite heroes. They're not going to bring back a guy that was accused of offending a woman and not giving her what she wants, because that's basically what he was so-called convicted for. She wanted something from you, you refused to give it, we're going to make you pay. So, you know, yeah, no, you know, if he would have, you know, killed a van full of frat boys and a drunk driving gone tragic, he would do a little bit of prison time and then go right back to the MCU. But running away from a white woman who then throws a false allegation on you after the fact, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap. Hey, Aston Martin. I know I say this sometimes, but I'm just going to say this for the viewers. There's one thing I hate about Aston Martin vehicles. One thing. Aston Martin is an English company that, for whatever reason, signed a dubious contract to partner with Mercedes-Benz to get their previous generation infotainment system in their current generation Aston Martins. So while I'm driving a 2021 Mercedes GLE 450 with this great infotainment system, the latest Aston Martins, nope, they're still using Command. One of the worst experiences I've ever had in a vehicle with an infotainment system. One of the worst experiences. So I'm supposed to spend $330,000 on an Aston Martin so I can get Command infotainment? You bugging. Okay, back to whatever the fuck I was talking about before. So yeah, it's a wrap for Jonathan Majors, and it's really unfortunate, but it is what it is. And you know what? If I'm wrong, maybe we are starting to see, you know, a little bit of we're starting to see the worm turn a little bit in society, where we're starting to go a little bit back towards you know, a more reasonable balance between the sexes, and we could stop this stupid ass pointless a mutually detrimental gender war, which is not helping anybody. But yeah, don't bet on Jonathan Majors reprising his role as Kang the Conqueror. That's a wrap. That's over with. Gottfried, what's up, man?
We're talking about the time of day.
Yeah, he's in Saudi.
Good morning. They're like, oh, it's afternoon here.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good physically. Yeah, a lot again. Like I definitely sympathize with the modern man. I always will. But one more thing about Jonathan Majors, because I can't not give him criticism, right? And I know a lot of women that might watch this might go, "Oh yeah, he's gonna criticize this guy." Hold your horses. You're not gonna like what you hear. Jonathan Majors failed himself in this situation, and Mrs. Evil is gonna instantly know what I'm talking about and probably agree. But Jonathan Majors fucked himself in this situation with that woman, because it wasn't like he didn't know that she was an undisciplined woman, because that's where all of that problem stemmed from. Her showing a lack of personal discipline and him worried about his public image due to her frat boyish behavior, let's just say.
Just in case there's one at the very front.
Very nice.
On the left-hand side.
Yep, gotcha. Hopefully we can make it all the way around. Jonathan Majors chose to date a woman who he knew was undisciplined. So I don't want to hear about how big of a victim he is, because the warning signs were there from the very beginning. Jonathan Majors was given all the signs in the world that this woman was basically out there thinking that she had it made, and that, she was, with this, rich guy who was super popular, not very good looking, not very white, but, very wealthy, and she was going to spend his money and blah, 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 right?
Hollow says bye-bye.
Oh, Hollow's out?
Hollow's out.
All right, man. Thank you so much, man. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Jonathan Majors did what most men do and then complain about the aftermath of. And what is that? They get into a situation with a woman that they know is not advantageous. Oh, but she's got a nice body, or her face is pretty, or for some guys who, have, cultural issues within their race. Oh, but she's white and skinny, and that's going to show everybody that I made it. And I'm so, but the thing is, did you see what kind of person she is? Do you see if she's a person that lives with discipline? If you don't require people around you to have discipline, then you cannot complain about the aftermath of the situation. You are the author of your own pain. Because you didn't have to date her. You were not married to her. She didn't act like a disciplined person, and then all of a sudden after you got married, she wanted to go out and come home drunk and act crazy and foolish and dare I say it, physically violent.
Godfrey says, but ain't that the same shit they tried to do with Henry Cavill, but with Amazon? Some allegations and the name is burnt.
Henry Cavill, I don't know anything about any allegations. So you might have to send me something on Discord or something. I don't know anything about any Henry Cavill allegations. But again, Henry Cavill is one of the whitest men in the world. Let's just be fucking frank about this. The standard of decorum for black men is different than the standard of decorum for white men. Both are villainized and ostracized in society, but black men do get it a whole lot worse. Black men are called super predators, and, oh my God, they're gonna, rape your beautiful white daughters and all this other crazy stuff. We're so violent by default and all this crazy stuff. We're not, we're expected to be more docile than the average white man, to be treated like human beings. But we also suffer from the racism of low expectations as well. It's a lot of weird, unsavory stuff. Henry Cavill, no matter what it is super popular, 6'4", chisel-jawed white man. Jonathan Majors is not a very good looking guy and he's black. Just, let's, just, but again, Jonathan Majors harmed Jonathan Majors because Jonathan Majors should have saw the fact that she was an undisciplined woman, and instead of kicking her to the curb, he wanted to give her a lecture about being like legendary black women who she knows nothing about and cares nothing about. So when I got with Mrs. Evil, we talked extensively, like the first week that we got together, about the fact that I needed discipline. I needed her, and I didn't have the need to discipline her. I had the need for her to discipline herself. And we talked about controlled substances. Come on, the fuck, man, fucking drive. The crossing guard is waving this guy through, and he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh. Fucking drive. You said left side, right?
Yeah, at the very first spot had. Hopefully it still has it, but
no, we don't need it because I need to run right in this building anyway.
Just like to peek just in case.
Yep, I'm a peeping Tom.
Ooh.
Anyway, I have to go and do professional things. But thank you guys so much for supporting what I do here. Guys, if she's not disciplined, it does not matter what she looks like. It doesn't matter. Choose a woman who's disciplined. Don't choose an undisciplined woman and then blame her. She was only being herself. You had the responsibility to yourself to make a good decision in who you get involved with. You can't get wrapped up in how pretty her face is, how skinny she is, how fit she is, how white she is, how big her booties are, how much her titties jiggle. None of that shit matters. Because when your life is ruined, what are they going to say? They are going to say, well, he was the man, he was responsible. Stop making stupid ass decisions with women. Require women to act like grown adults that can regulate their behaviors and emotions. And you won't end up like Jonathan Majors. Because remember, it doesn't matter if Jonathan Majors is actually guilty or not. It only matters that people think he is, or that he was accused by a woman. That's all that matters. Guys, make better decisions. Let me get up out of here. See you in episode 184 on Thursday. Peace.